Will the Senate please come to order? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Aquino. Senator Awa.
Here.
Senator Chang. Senator DeQuate. Senator Dela Cruz. Senator Elefante.
Here.
Senator Favela. Senator Fukunaga. Senator Gabbard. Senator Ihara.
Present.
Senator Inoue.
Present.
Senator Kanuha. Senator Keith Agaran. Senator Keoho Kalole. Senator Kidani. Senator Kim. Senator Lee. Senator McKelvey.
Aye.
Senator Moriwaki. Senator Rhodes. Senator Richards. Senator San Buenaventura. Senator Shimabukuro. Senator Wakai. Mr. President,
Present.
all 25 members are present.
Thank you. The chair has read the journal of the preceding day and approves the same. Are there any introductions this morning? Senator Keith Agaran.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Running away from the chamber gallery are people from my office manager, Susan Wong. Looks like Jimmy, who we just met, and then Robert Nishimoto, CIP specialist.
Someone is hiding behind the pillar. Any further introductions? If not, Madam Clerk.
Governor's message number 673 withdraws the nomination of the deputy to the chairperson of the Department of Agriculture. And Governor's message numbers 1104 to 1110 inform the legislature that the governor signed various bills into law as Acts 4 through 10.
File.
On pages 2 and 3, House Communication number 512 informs the Senate that the House has disagreed to the amendments proposed by the Senate to various House bills.
File.
And on pages 3 to 6, House Communication numbers 513 to 522 transmit various House concurrent resolutions which were adopted in the House for referral to committee.
So ordered.
On pages 6 through 10, Standing Committee Report numbers 1484 to 1498 for one-day notice, and on pages 10 to 12, Standing Committee Report numbers 1499 to 1510 for 48-hour notice.
So ordered.
On pages 12 and 13, Standing Committee Report numbers 1511 and 1512 for adoption.
Senator Wakai.
Mr. President, I move for the adoption of Standing Committee Reports numbers 1511 and 1512.
Senator DeQuate.
I second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Any objections? If not, the motion is carried.
On page 13, Advise and Consent.
If there are no objections from the members, we will be taking advice and consent on consent.
Standing Committee Report number 1482 on Governor's Message number 504 for adoption.
Is there any discussion? If not, do we have unanimous consent? Any reservations? Senator Favela.
Sorry, Senate President. I rise in opposition to GM 504.
Please proceed.
Colleagues, when the nominee came before the committee and I had concerns on the ongoing pursuit of offshore wind turbines and the need for more solar farms on ag land, and not having an opportunity to close down our landfills in our community, by not having the opportunity of having the energy chair to look into another alternative of having a waste-to-energy plant. We continue to kick the can down the road, and I guess I don't want to use the word impressed, but I just continue to look in my community where I'm very in tune in my community, how when they tell me they're in opposition to something, I try to be the voice in their chamber. Having these solar farms on Makakilo Mountain, trying to put windmills on top of Camp Palihua, all of these things that he's trying to be put into our community is not pono. There should be a better solution. We should be holding the city and county of Honolulu more accountable because they pick and choose how to burn their rubbish, and they never ever found a new area for a new landfill. So again, we need somebody that's going to come and give more innovations and not same creations of windmills and solar farms. They're not helping nobody, because none of that is firm energy. What my colleague, Senator De La Cruz, always talk about firm energy. Now the Hawaiian Electric is putting out a proposal for firm energy. But before that, we never had that, and I didn't see anything in his plan or his comprehensive plan that he's gonna be pursuing any of that, and that's the reason why I'm in opposition. Thank you, Senate President.
Thank you. Further discussion, Senator Decoit?
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise in support of GM 504.
Please proceed.
Nominating Mark Glick as the Chief Energy Officer of the Hawaii State Energy. As Chair of your Committee on Energy, Economic Development, and Tourism, I carefully reviewed Mr. Glick's personal history, resume, and statement along with my EET committee members. He received 53 pieces of testimony, all in support, which specified his various skills and strengths. Upon review of the testimony, your committee finds that Mr. Glick's professional background, knowledge of energy policy, and experience in the development of projects for the private and public sectors qualify him for appointment as the Chief Energy Officer of the Hawaii State Energy Office. His experience in public service in the state spans nearly 2 decades. Having served in several capacities at multiple state agencies, most recently, he served as a specialist on energy policy and innovation at the University of Hawaii's Hawaii Natural Energy Institute, where he led the Hawaii Energy Policy Forum and Hawaii Natural Energy Institute's energy policy practice in support of energy transitions and decarbonization efforts in the state through projects, publications, technical assistance, and consulting. Furthermore, Mr. Glick previously served as the Hawaii State Energy Office Energy's Administrator and as an Energy Project Manager and Senior Advisor. During his previous roles with the Hawaii State Energy Office, he contributed to the drafting of Hawaii's 100% renewable portfolio standard goal and helped the state exceed its 2015 interim renewable portfolio and energy efficiency portfolio standards by nearly 10%. He also managed over $9 million in federally funded projects to increase the number of renewable energy and energy efficiencies installations in the state. Prior to his work in the public sector in Hawaii, he co-founded and led a business system integration and consulting firm in Austin, Texas, that was dedicated to establishing alternative fuel transportation and pioneered efforts. Your committee believes that Mr. Glick's work experience in both the public and private sectors demonstrate his ability to be an effective leader and provide guidance on clean energy infrastructure as a catalyst for economic growth and energy security. He brings more than 40 years of experience working with energy issues and has published exclusively on the topic. He holds a Bachelor's of Arts in Mathematics from Lamar University and a Master of Science in Public Management and Policy from Carnegie Mellon University, and has authored more than 10 publications on energy issues since 2000. Additionally, Mr. Glick has testified before the Hawaii Legislature on more than 200 legislative proposals relating to energy, economic development, and the environment, and has the Hawaii State Energy Administrator before the United States Senate Energy Subcommittee on issues such as energy and infrastructure challenges in the state and suggested actions the federal government could take to support job creation and innovation at the state and local level. His wealth of subject matter expertise gives your committee great confidence that he will serve the state well as Chief Energy Officer and provide the Hawaii State Energy Office excellent policy guidance on clean energy infrastructure to help the state reach its renewable energy goals. I would also like to add that Mr. Glick personally attended the second annual Molokai Community Resource Fair and met with many residents on the Friendly Isle who was very friendly to him, and he actually engaged them. I deeply appreciate the time he took to fly over for the day. It made a big impact on our rural community, and I'm very thankful. Based on this information, Mr. President, I ask for your support on the decision made by your Committee on Energy, Economic Development, and Tourism to advise and consent on this nominee. I ask that my colleagues support. Mahalo.
Thank you. Any further discussion? If not, do we have unanimous consent? No vote for Senator Favela, no vote for Senator Awa. Any reservations?
23 ayes, 2 noes.
Thank you. The nominee for governor's message number 504 has been confirmed. Senator Decoit.
Thank you, Mr. President. And I would like to introduce Mr. Mark Glick as a State Energy Officer. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Standing Committee Report Number 1483 on Governor's Message Number 534, Dane Wicker, gubernatorial nominee as Deputy Director of the Department of Business, Economic Development, and Tourism, for adoption.
Is there any discussion? Senator Decoit.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I rise in support of GM 534.
Please proceed.
Nominating Dane Wicker as Deputy Director of the Department of Business, Economic Development, and Tourism. As Chair of your Committee on Energy, Economic Development, and Tourism, I carefully reviewed Mr. Wicker's personal history, resume, and statement along with my EET committee members. He received 93 pieces of testimony, all in support, which specified his various skills and strength. Upon review of the testimony, your committee finds that Mr. Wicker's background, government work experience, and business knowledge qualify him for appointment as a Deputy Director of the Department of Business, Economic Development, and Tourism. Mr. Wicker has over a decade of experience and understanding of government and its processes, budgeting, and public policy. He previously served as Chief of Staff and Committee Clerk to the Chairperson of the Senate's Committee on Ways and Means for 11 years, where he gained valuable experience with budgets, economic development, office management, and governmental administrative procedures. Mr. Wicker further directed the operating and capital improvements projects and oversaw the review of the governor's executive operating budget of approximately $16 billion. Your committee believes that Mr. Wicker's understanding of departmental operations, the budgeting process, and financial impact analysis will be invaluable to the Department of Business, Economic Development, and Tourism and its attached agencies to prepare for their budget briefings, and will be crucial to assist the department in revitalizing and diversifying the state's economy. Your committee further finds that most recently, Mr. Wicker served as an administrative assistant at the Department of Planning and Permitting for the City and County of Honolulu, where he coordinated and communicated administrative decisions, work programs, budgets, and objectives to all stakeholders. Mr. Wicker also previously served as an assistant to the Director of Pacific Asian Studies at the University of Hawaii's East-West Center, where he pursued federal grants and supported the creation of programs in schools to spread the awareness of climate change. Having worked at both the state and county levels of government, your committee believes that Mr. Wicker has acquired the necessary leadership and professional attributes that will enable him to serve the state and community well at the departmental level. Mr. Wicker also holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science from the University of Hawaii at West Oahu and is currently pursuing a Master's in Urban and Regional Planning from the University of Hawaii at Manoa. Additionally, he is a small business owner and operates businesses in retail and farming. Your committee believes that Mr. Wicker's business experience and his current efforts to further his education by attaining a master's degree are indicative of his desire to continually challenge and improve himself. These qualities demonstrates that Mr. Wicker will make an excellent leader at the Department of Business, Economic Development, and Tourism, where he will be required to think productively and innovate to move the department forward in a positive manner. Based on this information, Mr. President, I ask for your support as well as my colleagues in the decision made by your Committee on Energy, Economic Development, and Tourism to advise and consent on this nominee. Mahalo.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Senator De La Cruz?
Thank you, Mr. President. In an abundance of caution and full disclosure, I'd like to request a ruling on a conflict of interest. The nominee and I own a Mamaki tea farm.
Since there is no direct appropriation related to this that would be of a direct financial benefit to you or Mr. Wicker, there would be no conflict on this vote. If it's about the 11-year relationship, he's worked for me as the president a majority of those years, and I don't feel I have any conflict in voting on Mr. Wicker's nomination. Any other discussion? Senator Keohokalole,
Thank you, Mr. President. Brief remarks in strong support.
please proceed.
As someone who the nominee has never worked for, I would like to just voice my strong support for the confirmation of Dane Wicker as Deputy Director, having come to know and work with him over my 5 years in the Senate. Not as a member in any of those years of the Ways and Means Committee. I don't own any businesses. He doesn't live in my district. There's no personal connection other than the one that I've gained through working with him as a member of the Senate. And I can tell you that we have a desperate shortage of leaders with energy who are responsive and can help us get things done. That's all I've known him to do, especially during our tenure as members of the Special Committee on COVID-19, where he was a fundamental part of making sure we were organized and doing the people's business. I'm really happy that he stepped forward. I thought it was a loss for us in the Senate when he left the Ways and Means Committee, and I enthusiastically support his nomination. Thank you.
Thank you. Further discussion? Senator Favela?
Mr. President, I am in strong support.
Please proceed.
Thank you. In the short time that I've been here, he's just a breath of fresh air. I've never seen anybody so prepared in coming to a committee hearing or info briefing and giving us his full scope of not only his job, but the job that he's want to accomplish in his position. Knowing him through the task force and through Ways and Means and pretty much no other connection because I'm still new here. But he was just always professional and always willing to do the job and get the job done. And I'm very happy for him that he is moving on, but also I was one of the other ones that was very sad that he did leave because of his great works and great into detailing and always having an ear when you have questions on certain CIPs or certain bills. He was always there to guide us and keep us informed. So I'm strong support, Senate President. Thank you.
Thank you. Further discussion? If not, do we have unanimous consent? Any reservations? Any no votes?
25 ayes.
Thank you. Dane Wicker has been confirmed as Deputy Director of the Department of Business, Economic Development, and Tourism. Senator DeCoit.
Thank you, Mr. President. And with that, I would like to introduce your new Deputy Director of Economic Development and Tourism, Mr. Dane Wicker. Thank you, Mr. President. Mahalo.
Thank you. Madam Clerk.
Referrals and re-referrals.
Referrals and re-referrals are made in accordance with the supplemental orders of the day that may be filed later today.
No further business, Mr. President.
Are there any announcements today? Senator Keohokalole.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise to request a waiver of the public notice requirement pursuant to Senate Rule 21 to hold a hearing on House Bill 1509 HD2. The reason is after reconsidering scheduling, I think it is necessary that we keep the conversation on this measure going and move on into conference.
The waiver is granted. Senator Keohokalole.
Thank you. Your Committee on Commerce and Consumer Protection will hold a public hearing on this measure on Wednesday, April 5th at 10:15 a.m. in Conference Room 229. The notice will be filed in the clerk's office this afternoon.
Are there any further announcements? If not, Senator Wakai.
Mr. President, I move that the Senate stand adjourned until 11:30 a.m. tomorrow.
Senator DeCoit.
I second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Before calling for the adjournment, briefly, I extend my congratulations to the LSU women's basketball team, which won the national championship by 17 points over Iowa yesterday. And I only bring this up because the Rainbow Wahine basketball team opened the tournament by traveling to LSU and losing by about 20 points in light of what LSU has done to Coach Beeman and the Rainbow Wahines with a shortened lineup because of injuries, they really represented Hawaii well. It has been moved and seconded. If there are no objections from the members, the Senate will stand adjourned until 11:30 a.m. tomorrow.